to see that so many people come in because this is new to me. So I feel a little nervous that I'm live stream, and so okay, let me take a deep breath. Okay. um Thank you for joining us today for your busy time in the middle of the day. And for those who already know me, hello. So happy to see you all here. And for those who don't know me well, as Andy give a lovely introduction about me. Thank you so much, Andy and Debbie. Um, yes, I guess that's the only thing I know the most to talk about meditation. Besides that, I guess the next one is anime. That's the next one that I know to talk about. So for the so just a bit about me that I don't take practice seriously is something that I have to be serious. I like to take it as the way that we live our life with joy, a little bit of funny, and like a game. So how do we do that? And we challenge ourselves to see what we can see, what we cannot see, or we take that as something like curious about if I'm doing this, what happened? If I'm doing that, what happened? So I like to see the practice in that way. Part of it is my personality. Part of it is this is the way that I was learned from my teacher Sayadaw U Tejaniya. Um, when I say I don't take it seriously, does not mean that I'm just doing this with half heart, half-hearted, because I do it with my wholeheartedly. It's just I'm do it with a little bit of fun, a little bit of teasing, a little bit of curiosity. So I'm cook it up with all kind of stuff, and definitely this style is as a one style that I know that is allow myself to express the way that I know how to be human. What does that mean is when I'm feel sleepy, I allow myself to be sleep, and I try as many as I can to notice what is sleepiness. How's the mind and the body go from awake to sleepy and to sleeping to awake? Or when I'm so irritated, my younger sister, then I would say like, okay, what can I do now? Does that sound familiar to you? Like be irritated with your family, like it's just so annoying. Okay, then how do you do that? Like with this annoying feeling, can you be with it? Is that enough? No. If I'm just be with it, I'm going crazy because I don't want to be with annoying feeling. But I turn that into, can I learn something about it? And then it's become benefit for me. It become fun. And if I'm get bored of that, fine, just go to something else for fun. But be aware of that. So that's the way I practice, and that's the way I learn about meditation. Eddie, can we put it in back to the other way, like everybody in this small
So
space?
you can go ahead and do that for yourself, Elsie.
Oh, I see. How do
If
I do?
you
The view, a
yeah,
gallery. Seeing my big face is
did that
scary.
did that work for you?
So let me see in this way is better. Okay, thank you. Before we go into sitting, um, let me start with something that we before we go into that. So in this style of the practice, Sayadaw U Tejaniya style, that three different things that very important. First, that be relaxed and comfortable. Second, that don't identify with your experience. See experience as experience, or see experience as an object like this one. You can turn it around, you can move it, you can see it, you can look at it, you can put it down. And third, that your relationship with your experience. See the experience, and do you see that it's yours? Is that me or mine? Or you see that as, oh, this is something that you can learn from, or this is something that you can be aware of, or this is, how do you relate to your experience? If you be aware with aversion, then don't, turn to something else. We cultivate awareness, we don't cultivate experience. So turn to something else that you're willing to look at it. Imagine that you get angry at somebody and you keep looking at that person again and again. You only go getting more anger, right? So if the object or your experience that is does not feel okay to you, go to something else that you can be aware, because we cultivate awareness, not the experience. And the last one is how about the energy. Be relaxed, be gentle, be kind to yourself. Don't try to just focusing, see it clear, see it longer, see it many as you can. No, it doesn't matter. As experience as you see one object, is equally the same with you see multiple objects, because again, we only cultivate awareness and wisdom. So know what you're doing, why you're doing that. That's the wisdom in the practice. Yeah. So with that in mind, let's sit together. Invitation for everybody to sit in the posture that you feel comfortable and relax with ease, but alert. So take a deep breath, let it out. You can do that multiple times if it's helpful to you. Allow the body and mind to be relaxed. Checking in the areas that you tend to hold the tension. Give a gentle attention to those areas, can help to release and relax. And if you feel that relaxation is not available at this time, it's okay. It's okay for whatever state of your body and mind is right now. Welcoming it. Allow it to be there. You already notice, and that's enough. Now that the body is settled in, check if awareness is in present. What does it know? Is that a body sensation? Can that be a feeling? Or maybe the sound in your space, or the sound of my voice? Or it can be a thought or a smell. Whatever that you recognize is good enough. Just gently noticing whatever you notice for a few minutes to gain momentum for awareness. And for those who've been practicing this style or maybe in other style, but you notice that how to be aware of awareness, like you know that you know in the knowing mind, then you can do that. Or you can step back and just receive whatever come to the awareness field, whatever. Sometimes it's one object, like a thought or a feeling, and sometimes it can be multiple objects or experiences, like the thought, the feeling, and a sensation. Sometimes it can be obvious, like the breath, but sometimes it's very subtle that you don't even have a name for it, and that is okay too. Just knowing that this is the condition of the mind and heart right now. A don't know is still an object. A silent still an object. And of course, in the middle of the week, the middle of the day, sleepiness can come in. Recognize that. Tiredness can come in. Recognize that. The mind is cloud. Recognize that. Loss of thinking because we are working right now. Recognize that as well. But on the other hand, if your mind is clear, quiet, and your body is full of energy, or not much thinking at all, equally as the other side, just an object to be known. From time to time, checking in the relationship with the experience. How do you relate to the experience right now? Are you aware with the open heart, a curiosity, a kind and joy? Are you aware of the experience with the idea or motivation to get something, to get rid of something, to stop something? If that's the case, then that attitude, that relationship can be the object to be aware of. And also sometimes when we meditate, we also can get into the state of tranquility or quietness or emptiness. If that sounds familiar to you, then take that as an object as well, an experience or an object to be known. It's nice to rest into tranquility, peace, or emptiness. But if we stay in there, it's like we go into the mall and we see something nice and stay there. We forgot that we need to get something and we're out of there. So rest if you need it, but and then keep going. Noticing that, learning about that. And if you have a lot of thinking, it's okay. It's okay to have a lot of thinking because the job of the mind is to think. And we've been thinking our whole life. So, of course, it's gain momentum and we have a lot of thinking. But the thinking is not a problem. The relationship that we don't like it is make us suffer. So maybe you can shift the attitude into recognizing this is the thinking mind at work. It's being known. Or I notice that a lot of thinking. So we can have a choice. If we want to learn about the thinking mind, we stay and watch. If we keep lost in thought, then change to observe the body. Maybe the breath or maybe the sensation. It might be helpful. Or maybe you can alternate between thinking and a body objects. We don't need to focus so hard. We don't need to control or force or restrict ourselves. Just gently, lightly noticing. Like right now, you don't need to try to listen to me, but you can hear and understand my voice, what I'm saying. When the mind relaxes and the body is in comfort and the heart is open to whatever happening, naturally you will know what is going on in our body and mind. And with a tiny of interest that will move our practice, It will shape our practice in an interesting way. So meditation is not always learning. Sometimes it's learning, sometimes it's maintaining, and sometimes it's just a start again. So know where you are, what you want to do, knowing your condition, knowing what available is wisdom. We practice to have insight, we practice to have wisdom. So we start with a small one, to know what we want, to know what we have, what is available, what is the condition that we practice with. From time to time, remind yourself to be relaxed. It's okay the way it is. We cannot be aware continuously, but we can remind ourselves to come back again and again. So when we get lost in thought, just simply notice when you come back. The more we practice, the more we cultivate a wholesome mind. Be content with what we have. Be content with what we know. It takes time. And when we content with what we have, we can go to the present moment again and again. So relax and enjoy. Thank you for sitting with me. I apologize that someone said that my voice was so soft that you cannot hear well. I forgot. It's been a long time that I did not teach online, so I forgot. So anyway, what past is done. So let's talk about now. Yeah, you okay with my voice now? Yeah. Okay, great. So today, um, before we start with something that I will open up to question, and but before we starting that, I'm just start a simple prompt to see how that spark any interest from you. Like, how many of you think that meditation or being aware is easy? Come on, guys. Yay! At least I have one hand raised up. Cool. Yep. Yes, it is. It's easy. You know that you're sitting right now, right? Yeah, you're already aware. What is difficult with that, right? It's not that big deal to just knowing. It's difficult is when you don't remember to be aware. That difficult. But to just knowing, just being aware is easy. So, how do we remind ourselves to remember? And for those who already know me or been in my retreat, you probably remember this, right? So, the note that I put all over the retreat center, because I don't want to people to keep the awareness or the practice become so strict. So I'm so gentle and kind to you guys. Put the note all over the place to remind you to remember. So you don't need to remind yourself. The teacher reminded you. Is that cool? So do that at home, right? So it's easy, no big deal. Another time that you can do again at home is another simple thing. Whoever have jewelry in your hand, in your neck, just touch your ring right now. Keep touching your ring and listen to my voice to see if you know that you are touching and you are listen to me. Right? So if you continue to know that, you continue continue to know that you are being aware, and you can party, go to have a coffee with friends, sit at home to chat with your family, watching Netflix. Don't watch too much, okay? You watch too much, you will forget. But, so put in the phone. Put in the phone a reminder, just ding, and then, oh, am I aware? Yes, I am. Done my job. Just do it one moment at a time, collecting moment by moment. Don't do it like a whole hour or whole minute. Then you will feel like, I'm suck. No, you're good. It's just that you don't know how to play the game. Play the game in one moment, you will win. Play a game in 1 hour, you will lose, because we've been like follow up with our thought, our movie, our smell, our taste all our life. So of course it's getting bigger, it's getting stronger. And now we're just doing something new, and we need to play the game in the way that favor us. Okay? So play the game in the smart way. Then you will get interest in practice. So that one of my prompt. Any other people have question, or anyone have comment about what I said so far, or you want to ask a question, or you want me to bring in more of my little game? I'm listening. Any question or comment? I'm happy to support. About, yes, Lisa.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you. And I'll be seeing you on this upcoming retreat. Can you see me and hear me? Oops. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Huh.
Oh, so you're muted. Let me see if we can unmute you. There
Yes.
you go.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
I
you
can hear
go.
you now. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes. So that was lovely. And thank you. And I was taught to practice in a particular way. And so I kept, I was listening to what you were saying, the knowing, I understand that. And yet how I bring myself back to the present sometimes is, or how I'm aware is by noting. And I don't know that I can, and then after a while, the noting goes away, but I don't know that I could stop noting. I am a little worried about practicing in the Uttajani style because I'm not sure, are you going to tell me that I can't note anything and I have to breathe through my nose? Or, I have to notice my breath through my nose, because that's not what was happening. I was going to the belly breath and just, experiencing that. And then, just a sense of calm and listening to you talk about tranquility and being aware of that, but also then coming back to the body. So I guess my question is it okay to practice in that way that I have been doing for so many years? Or, is it okay to let the noting arise?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, definitely. It doesn't matter what style that we practice. It's just a matter of like which one is make you feel more comfortable to practice with. I've been practice with Mahasi style since 1992 until 2003. So, and I live in the temple of Sayadaw Upadika, if you know how he's famous for. So, and I lived there for a whole year, and I don't think like any style it can be like this way or that way better. In fact, Sayadaw Mahasi is one of the people who most well respect and be known. So it's okay. It's the reason I'm teaching this style because it fits with my personality, and also because I like to keep practice when I am in the office. I was an architect and I couldn't do so slow. I couldn't note it when I need to think or be in the meeting with like a whole bunch of other engineer and architect, so I cannot note and then just say lift, put it down. I cannot do that, right? So that's why I need to have a some way that I'm continue to practice and I'm still being in the office. So this style
Gotcha.
just fit me perfectly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
There's a question in the chat that says, asks you to repeat what you had said about I'm okay right now.
I see. When I said that it's okay, I didn't say I'm okay. I guess it's just the voice is not very clear. I say it's okay to be, like if you there's in our being is always there's pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral state of mind. Sometimes it's like I'm angry, I'm happy, and not angry, not happy. So it's always like two extreme and the middle one. So when we have the happy one, we usually my happiness. But when we have anger or sadness, we just say this is an object. It's not my sadness or my anger, but this is an object because one get rid of it. And then the neutral, we almost forget about it. So in the eyes of in the light of wisdom and awareness, when in Vipassana, a goal in Vipassana is to have wisdom. So if we only know only one object, or if we only know uncertain experience and we only know that much, we cannot have wisdom, because wisdom is the understanding about everything. That's what's called wisdom, right? So in order for us to have all the understanding from any corner, any angle of our experience, our own being, we need to know from left to right, right? From good to bad. And then in the middle one, the neutral, the unknown. So if we, and when we say it's okay to be sad, I mean, it's okay with the experience that this is an object to be known. And you don't need to know more than you already. If somebody angry, you already know that you're angry. Why do you need to know more? Right? You cannot know more than you already know. Or you being sad. You already know. The thing in there is when you want to dig into there is either like you want to get rid of it, either you want to be right, you want something from that. That's the view, that's the belief that you want to get over it. You want to go to the other side, the happiness. And if you go into that, fine, it's great. It's just that we cannot learn, because experience is just like a creature in the cave. You want to learn about a new creature. That creature has to be get out of the cave so you can observe, you can learn about it. But if that creature is going to that cave, you cannot see it. So how can you learn about it? So appreciate the experience and you can learn from that regardless that is good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant. And oftenly we forgot the neutral one. Like right now, we don't have pain in our hand, right? So we just lift a hand. When we have good health, we just have good health is like this is normal way. And then the moment pain comes, immediately we have aversion to that. But for those who've been living with pain their whole life, a long time, like myself, for the last 10 years, I have so much pain in my body, constantly pain. And pain become normal to me. Whenever I have no pain, immediately I see that an object very clear in my mind. But before that, pain become an object very clear in my mind. Whenever pain comes, immediately the mind catch it. Now, no pain comes, the mind catch it immediately. Same with scent of smell. We always smell. We don't see that as this is the way we think that the way it is. But I don't have sense of smell after I think it's 8 years now. So whenever I have a sense of smell, I'm so appreciative of that. Immediately I know the smell, regardless that smell is ugly or beautiful. So when I say okay, that in the way that whatever experience that arise in our body and mind, in a way, in the light of wisdom, is the experience for us to learn, to know about it, and then we collecting data from moment to moment. And that data, one data does not mean anything, right? But whole bunch of data, it's become something. It's a pattern, and it become information. A whole bunch of information, it become a knowledge. That's how science does, and that's what we do in meditation as well. We collecting all the information that we go through life with our own sense door. Whatever experience we have, it's okay to be this way. That's what I mean. Yeah. So yes, I see a raised hand, and I'm sorry, how do I pronounce your name? Oh, you are mute.
Hello.
I can
Can you
hear
hear
you
me?
now. Yes,
Good.
yes.
Thank you. All right. I'm Gelia. Gelia.
Gelia, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Um, uh, as I wrote to you, I experienced a severe depression this year, and Beth sternly invited me to learn about Sayadaw U Tejaniya. And I began to practice awareness. And I made a discovery very early on that although I felt very depressed, when I paid close attention, that my depression was porous. In other words, there were times when I wasn't depressed. There were moments. And that to me was huge revelation. Now, when I practice awareness and I have these symptoms, I'm not sure what else there is to notice, because I want very much to be free of the symptoms. So I guess that's what I pay attention to. Is there a break? Can I get relief? Can you comment and maybe help me to go a little further?
Yes. Depression usually is create. I've been depression myself when I as well. Like I think the most difficult one for me, the most difficult one is when I realize that my health is this is the way it is from now on. That's the most depression for me. But it doesn't show so strongly as I went through my divorce. So I think if in my understanding of depression is something that we believe that in there's the belief in the mind that this will be the way it is forever, and
Yes.
also that we cannot change it. But as I my practice and also a Sayadaw or many other friends from I know all my on the path that I know of, they all have come to one conclusion that the moment that the mind stop thinking, the moment that the mind do not think about that, whatever problem it is become neutral or happy. And then it's just like a rubber band. It's stress out, snap right back, stress out, snap right back. So how do we make it stress out more and more? So the way that I learn how to practice with this is three different ways, and it's progress. from very serious when that impossible that I can keep my mind in 1 minute without thinking. Impossible. So the way I did on that time is I make my determine. I'm observing myself. Let's say I'm going to my bedroom. I have I pay attention where my eyes lead into. Let's say in that corner, and then I will put the nose right there. Do you know that you see it? So I remind myself what is happening right now. So I'm going to my car and I will put like, do you know that you are touching? So and then I put a note on my hand. I put the note in my restroom, anywhere that remind me to come back to the present moment. Just be simple in present moment. Know whatever you know. So that's when I'm completely unable to help me to don't have interest. It's just the mind have so strong, overwhelming thinking. Another time that when I have depression, but the thinking mind is not so strong, but still the same feeling, that very sad, very frustration and all of that. But now the condition is different, is because I'm still working. I'm still have to support somebody else like my mom or my family. Then I play with even shorter than that. Like I'm just remember, like I'm remember, and then not remember. So I don't care about how I remember or what I remember. I just start to care when I'm not remember, when I'm get lost in thought. So I pay attention when the mind start to get lost in thought, and that when I say the next time, if I hear that sound, if I smell that, if that trigger is there, I prepare myself to, okay, just like firefighter, they put in their suit before they go into the fire. So let's say I'm going home. I know that it will be a problem. I want to get ready. I don't go in right away. I'm sitting in my car, turn off the engine, sit there, get myself ready. And when I'm get myself ready, go in, open the door, go in. Or if I'm going to the conversation, I know that I will lose into the conversation. I listen more than talk. So I have to pay attention to my activity daily, closely, so I can like see what can I have a strategy for that. And there's all the time that when my mind is super interested in the practice, and of course it's not depression, but more like overwhelming, then that when it's already have interest, then I don't need to do much. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing somebody say goodbye because time is coming. So I'm sorry, I was talking and then completely forgot about the time. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
So,
It's perfect timing. Yeah. We just have a couple minutes left, and yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming so much.